Zill Star. Today I'm coming at you with another drill that is aimed to increase your speed, your strength, and your dexterity with your finger cymbals. If there's anything that I've learned in the last 20 years of playing the zills is that I can only go as fast as my slowest hand, and I'm only as clean as my sloppiest hand, i.e. my left hand. Right? So today we're going to work on a drill that's going to help us cleanly transition between Zill sounds, because as you know, we aren't really fully utilizing the capacity of these marvelous instruments if we're only using one sound, which is what a lot of people do. And I get it, it's easier, but it's so much more fun to use multiple sounds and to be able to create melodic ideas and compositions in your finger cymbals. So what this drill is going to do is we're going to focus on two sounds today. We're going to be doing our basic and our clack, and we're going to be alternating between them. First, all basic, then all clack, doing 16th notes. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, and then we're going to do fewer and fewer of them so that we are alternating in our hands more quickly between the two positions, because really in the end what makes for very clean and very fast zilling with multiple sounds is the ability to transition your hand quickly from one position to another, and that's just done through practice, lots of drilling and practice. So I'm going to give you these drills which will make it super clear and super easy for you to figure out how to take your zilling to the next level, how to clean up those sounds, and how to make your zills sound like the beautiful music you would like them to be. Just a quick review of the two sounds we are using today, the basic and the clack. The basic in my book is going to be a fairly big attack and an immediate opening up so that you're drawing the ring out of your cymbal. So you're getting a nice ringing tone, but a pretty good attack where I bring my zills down on top of each other, usually not absolutely completely square, slightly offset, and opening that zill up. So go ahead and try that a couple of times on your zills and listen to how your zills sound. Every zill sounds a little bit different, but you want to make sure you're getting a clean attack. So not like a sloppy, slidey attack, but a clean attack, and then a nice ringing sound, which means your fingers are not on the top of the zill, and it means you don't spend too much time with the zills connected because that will immediately muffle your ring. The other sound we're going to use is our clack. So the clack, we're going to bring the zills down straight on top of each other, kind of like a clamshell. I bring my fingers to the top of my middle finger zill, depending on how large your zills are. Fewer fingers might fit on top, or you can fit your whole darn hand on your monster zills, right? So you're going to bring it down, muffle it, no more sound happens because they're closed and they don't open back up right away, so there's no ring. And even if there were a quick open, which we'll get to with our 16th notes, because I have my fingers on top of that zill, it's going to muffle any sort of ring that might happen. So once again, working with our basics and our clacks. So the important thing here when we're going through this drill is I want you to listen to the metronome and really sit inside that beat, especially if you've been zilling for a while and you're fairly confident going quickly. It's easy to be faster slightly on one hand than the other. So I want you to really listen to the metronome, really hone in and make sure we're in what they call the pocket of the beat. You're right in it. You're not slightly before, slightly after, or sliding along the beat. You're right in the beat, right? And then I also want you to pay attention to what are your hands doing. We will actually zill like this, which I almost never encourage. I always prefer beautiful hands when we zill, but I want you to be able to see your hands either in your peripheral or in the mirror to make sure, are you moving from fingers release to fingers down? Or are you kind of doing something in between that creates neither a basic nor a clack, right? Because those fingers moving are what is going to create the differences in sound and what's going to give us clean or sloppy sounds. So we're going to start fairly slow and we're going to ramp it up. For today's exercise, we'll go ahead and start at 70 beats per minute, and then we'll try it at 80, and then we'll try it at 90 and see what happens. Find your challenge zone. Don't let it be too easy, but don't let it get too frustrating, right? I want this to be something that excites you and allows you to grow and doesn't make you want to bang your head up against the wall. So here is how the pattern is going to work. We're playing 16th notes, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, first on the basic and then on the clack. So it'll be 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. We'll do a couple of rounds of that, probably 4 if I count them right, and then we'll go ahead and do 2 counts. So it'll be 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. So 2 counts of each. Then we'll move to 1 count. I bet you see where I'm going here. We'll do 1 count, 1 E and a 1 E and a 1 E and a 1 E and a. And then we will switch to just a half count. We won't go any faster than that or any smaller of a division. So you'll end up going right, left, 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 right. So you get 1 of each as you switch through. Then we'll do the entire thing leading on your other hand. Yes. So you can lead with whatever hand you would like first, because then we're going to do the whole darn thing again, leading on the other hand at 70 beats per minute, and then 80 beats per minute, and then 90 beats per minute. Yeah? Are you ready? Grab your favorite pair of Zills and let's go. Okay, so here we are at 70 beats per minute. You can hear that ding is the downbeat. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So our 16th notes are 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Here we go. Basic. Clack. Basic. Two more times, just like that. Sitting right in the beat, don't rush. So here, one more time. Good, now we'll do 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, moving to 1. 1. Now half. How did that go? Yeah, was it good? Was it bad? Was it ugly? Let's try the left hand or the other hand. Yeah, here we go. Starting with 4 counts. Ring, basic. Clack. Don't forget to breathe. All right, here's 2. 1. Half. How did that work? Was that okay? If that is a challenge, stick with 70. Stick with 70. If that was too much of a challenge, bump it down to 65 and see what happens. You do you. Make it challenging for you. Don't make it challenging for me. That's not going to help you. Make it challenging for you. All right, I bumped it up to 80 beats per minute. Exact same challenge. We're going to start it on the right, drilling our basics and our clacks, remembering to relax our fingers, but to lift them off the Zill when we got that basic and set them down on the Zill for the clack. Try to breathe. Extra credit points if you smile. Here we go. 4s. One more, just like that. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Singles. Half. Take a deep breath. Other hand. Here we go. You did it. Awesome. Okay, folks, I've bumped it up to 90 and I have to admit I'm a little scared. We'll see what happens. I invite you, I encourage you, I implore you, practice this with me and then practice it without me, because I want you to be able to hear your cymbals and how your cymbals sound so that you can listen for clarity of tone, no muddiness in the transition, and you can listen to make sure that you are right in that pocket, neither rushing or slowing down. Sometimes transitioning the hands causes us to slow down in our process, so I want you to make sure you're right in that beat. Take a deep breath, right hand lead. Here we go. That went by fast. 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 2 more. All right, 2. 1. Half. Ah! Woo! That was it. Ah! All right. Left hand, say a little prayer. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Awesome. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that I can send you belly dance and Zill rhythms and all kinds of fun things on a very regular basis. I really appreciate you joining me. And if you would like to learn more belly dance and dive even deeper into the things that we've explored here, I invite you to join me in my online studio adventure at zahirabellydances.teachable.com, where you will find 2 different packages completely dedicated to Zills, one for a beginner intermediate Ziller and one for an intermediate to advanced Ziller, where we take it beyond this into the realm of a cappella Zill solos, complex riffs with movements involved, and I would love to challenge you there and dance with you and bring to you a love of the Zills that I know you can have. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy Zilling.